It's 7 o'clock. We're going to start our meeting. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Monthly reports. I'd like to call on the Honolulu Fire Department. Thank you.
Aloha kako. Hello, everyone. Firefighter Virus, Engine 33 here on Second Watch. Thank you for having us. The statistics provided below represent the confirmed number of incidents in the neighborhood board's geographical area for the previous month. For more details on the incidents and related mapping information, please visit Fire Response Map on our HFD website at fire.honolulu.gov under the News and Info tab. Should you have any further questions, please email HFD's Public Affairs and Media Liaison at hfdnhb@honolulu.gov. So regarding the month of February 2025, we had 2 structure fires, which were not in this area, but just outside of our area, out of the valley. No other fires, including wildland, brush, nuisance, or cooking. We did have 1 activated alarm. As far as emergencies are concerned, we had 42 medicals, no motor vehicle collisions with pedestrians. We did have 2 motor vehicle crash or collisions, 1 mountain rescue, and 1 hazmat incident. Okay. As far as fire safety tips and announcements, for March of 2025, we want to focus on smoke alarms, guys. So they are crucial for saving lives and playing a key role in home fire escape plan. When installed properly and maintained correctly, they provide early alerts, giving occupants the chance to evacuate quickly. Make sure to install your smoke alarms in every bedroom, outside of each separate sleeping area, like a hallway, and on each level of the room. Test smoke alarms at least once a month by pushing the test button. And lastly, replace smoke alarms when they are 10 years old or stop responding when testing. But yeah, any questions, guys? Online? Okay.
No, I think we're good.
All right. Mahalo nui, guys.
Mahalo.
Everybody take care.
Thank you. Good night. Thank you. Mahalo for that. Can I please call upon the police department?
Hi, aloha, Lieutenant Taro Nakamura from HPD. These are stats for February as compared to the previous month. Okay, let's see. Motor vehicle thefts was 1 compared to 7. Burglaries were 3 as compared to 5. Thefts in general were 11 as compared to 9. And UEMBs, which is theft from auto, was 2 as compared to 6. This is out of a total calls of service of 5,746 for the district. And further statistical information can be found at honolulupd.org. And our safety tip for the month is just a reminder that Hawaii has a move over law. So whenever you see an emergency vehicle with their lights and siren on, assisting somebody out on the roadway. So an emergency vehicle is actually defined as vehicle belonging to the police, fire, ocean safety, EMS, which is the emergency medical services guys, the guys in the ambulances, and also the freeway service patrol. If you see them out on the road, if at all possible, try to go into the other lane and go around. And if you cannot go into the other lane, just please slow down. And this is mainly to prevent other tragedies from occurring when we're trying to clear something from the roadways. So just a friendly reminder. And that's our safety tip for the month.
Anyone have any questions? Anyone online? Oh, I think we're okay. Thank you so much, Sergeant.
Okay, aloha. See you next month.
Aloha.
Okay,
Moving right along, we are calling on the Board of Water Supply.
Yep. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Thank
Okay, I
you.
apologize. I'm on the road, so I'll make this quick. So last month there was 1 main break. This is fronting 1334 10th Avenue. And currently our Wild Mile Homestead waterline construction project. The installation is complete, but it's still pending the chlorination and testing of the mains before it's activated. So I will keep the board apprised of when that is completed and put in service. Following up on the previous month, there were a couple items. First was the noise at the booster pumps at Keanu Line Booster, so down near Keanu Street and 10th Avenue. I was told that there's a design project that's about to start looking at mute structures to decrease the noise levels from the booster pumps when they are in operation. The current noise levels do meet the standards, the standard decibel limits, but we understand that it is kind of noisy, so they're looking at designing mute structures to baffle some of the noise so it doesn't affect the neighbors. Secondly, there was a concern on water pressures in the Narcissus Street area, and our teams have gone out and looked through the system. They didn't find anything wrong on our system side. They didn't see any pressure drops or low pressure points. So if there's a continued low pressure issue, then I would ask that those residents report that back to me at the board meeting, and I will go back to our group and see if there's a further investigation we can do. And lastly, just wanted to make note that the Board of Water Supply has a lot of openings right now. So we are looking to fill positions in engineering, customer care, information technology, and other administrative roles. So if you or anyone you know is looking for employment, you can always go to our website, boardofwatersupply.com/jobs, and you can see a listing of all the available positions as well as instructions on how to apply. And at this time, I'd be happy to take any questions on behalf of the Board of Water Supply.
I don't see any questions here. Anyone online? Okay. Thank you so much for the follow-up and the information.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Mahalo. All right, I'd like to bring up board business. Approval of regular meeting. Oh, no quorum. Okay, let's skip down. Resignation from board member Dallas Ige. He did submit a letter to the board, and we just want to wish him the best of luck in his endeavors. Mahalo, Dallas, for everything that you've done for the community. With that being said, we also are looking to fill 6 vacancies. So we have 2 seats at large, 1 for Subdistrict 1, 1 for Subdistrict 2, and then 2 for Subdistrict 3. If you are interested and you live in those areas, please come up after the meeting and feel free to see us. We'd like to move on to presentations, and this in regards to the follow-up with bus route 200. We have Leolani and Juanita.
Yes, I'm Juanita Liu, and I'm here to report that there was a joint committee meeting of the Diamond Head Neighborhood Board. That's number 4, and the Kamiki Neighborhood Board Diamond Head is number 5 and Kamiki is number 4 neighborhood board meetings. And they both have transportation committees. So for the first time, we held a joint transportation committee, and we were there to discuss matters of mutual interest. And also Renelle was there, so we appreciate that very much. Along with the bus route 200, where Leolani and I both made presentations, and it was also attended by the head of the Transportation Division, Roger Morton, and also Kamiki's mayor's representative, Brian McKee. We discussed the bus route 200, as well as some other issues. And I think a major concern is the speeding that everybody talked about, and speeding. We held a committee meeting for Diamond Head Transportation to talk about the speeding mitigation on Diamond Head Road, and that happened a few weeks ago. And a lot of concern being brought up about the Wailai Avenue. and also in Kamiki, 16th Avenue or thereabouts. So I think that we can see the value of getting together because many of these streets actually border on both our neighborhoods. So in getting together, because DTS has 36 neighborhood boards to deal with, I think the value of getting together and discussing these issues prior to going to DTS and presenting them with our issues is very helpful. Really interesting idea came up by the chair of the Diamond Head Neighborhood Board, Winston Welch. And he said, you know, we have a lot of residents and also tourists in our district, and other places are doing it, but why don't we propose that we have our neighborhood being a demonstration where we reduce the speed limits and see what happens and see what happens in terms of safety. And you know, volunteering virtually our neighborhoods to be used as a test case, not only speed bumps, but lowering the speed limit. Okay, so yeah, so that's what I have to report. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you, Anita. We're gonna move on to the permitted interaction groups. So I have Dan Donnell online for the Pālolo Trees Project.
Aloha, I'm Dan Donnell with Trees for Honolulu's Future. And here just to give an update to the board. First off, we'll start with some sad news, which is our grant funding, which is via the United States Forest Service through the State Department of Land and Natural Resources is frozen. So, you know, we're rather than just say, well, we'll stop the initiative, we're just trying to see what we can do with the resources we have, because as you'll hear in just a moment, we've built some good momentum and some good things are happening. And also, we don't know what the final outcome might be in terms of grant reimbursements for the expenses. So outreach events since the last time I reported, we had a great opportunity at Hapa Market, as well as a green infrastructure with Hawaii Green Growth at Aliaolani School, and that's really increased our awareness and outreach. Got new Pālolo residents signed up as part of our email list. The next thing, happy to report, and thank you to the board for passing that resolution about the interest in establishing a community garden on city-owned property in Pālolo Valley. We have a half dozen residents who are interested in working on that, so we'll be pursuing that. It's a great example of, you know, even if we don't have the grant funding, let's see what we can do that people are interested in doing. Also, we had two sold out. They were free actually, but filled up on food foraging classes and these were like field classes where we learned about the food growing all around us. And I was totally amazed personally because of the just, you know, I never thought about stuff just growing on the side of the sidewalk in areas, or even koahali plants that you can eat them. So again, got to know what you're doing, but it was really great. So now just those are past events. Want to look forward and report to the board. Real exciting opportunity coming up Saturday, April 26th in the morning at Pālolo District Park. We are going to plant with the City Department of Parks and Recreation 10 trees. The park could certainly use more shade, so hopefully you can see this map, but this is the recreation building, Pālolo Avenue, here in the parking lot. And you can see 3 Milo, 2 Alahe'e, Lona Mea, which is a soap tree, and then a shower tree. I had to look this one up. I'm not good with my Latin here. The Polycius racemor. but that is a native tree, one I'm not familiar with, but it's called Pālolo, I guess, false ohe. So 3 of those are here. So it's the first step. So again, this will be Saturday, April 26th in the morning. And it's not just planting the trees. Because of the outreach we've done, we had interest in learning about some of the threats to trees that could help residents on their own property. One is coconut rhinoceros beetle, another is little fire ant. And there's an opportunity to have partner organizations presenting things, and as well as a just especially for the keiki, but a litter cleanup in the park. So when the flyer is available, which I expect it will be in the next week, I want to ask the board chair if I send it to you, if it could go out and the neighborhood assistant send it out with the April board meeting agenda and the minutes from today's meeting, because we really want to invite you know, the broader community, and we'll also make sure to send that flyer out to our elected officials, as well as you know, have it posted around places in Pālolo. So great opportunity, again, Saturday, April 26th in the morning at Pālolo District Park. And I will just stop there. I'm going to put it in the chat. So again, hopefully this will go to the minutes, but if anyone's interested in getting involved, you can email treesforpalolo@treesforhonolulu.org. We'll put you on the email list, and it's a great way to just keep up to date, and you plug in where you want. You don't have to, you're not committing to anything just to sign up. So I'll stop there and be happy to answer any questions. And again, I really thank the neighborhood board, because it's because of you that we got this going. So thank you.
Mahalo so much, Dan, for that information. And yes, we'll look forward to the flyer.
What is a soap tree? Could you?
Lona Mea, it's actually native to this island and Kauai. And I believe it's actually can be used for soap. That's why it's the colloquial name is, but I'm not an arborist, not a big expert in it, but it's also a very large tree, which is terrific. But I can send you that information. Come on out. We'll have a real arborist there to tell you.
Thank you.
And I want to point out I'm wearing a shirt with a tree on it. So just wanted to show the go
Awesome.
trees.
Thank you so much, Dan, again.
Well, thank you and
Appreciate it.
the entire board. And the another thing for the board chair and members, Dallas Ige was one of our permitted interaction group members. So there's a opening if someone's really wants to get involved because of the way the sunshine rules work. And that would be great to get a replacement on the permitted interaction group. So thank you.
Absolutely. Mahalo again, Dan. All right, we are moving on to resident community concerns. Please approach the mic and state your name.
Hi, my name is Kelson Kai. I live in Pālolo. I just wanted to speak about Route 200 again. So I'd like to take this time to let everybody know how much Route 200 in its current iteration has positively impacted my life, as well as many other Pālolo, Kaimuki, Kapahulu, and Waikiki residents' lives for the better. So I'm a little concerned about the proposal to change it and how it's going to affect our lives. The route in its current iteration has allowed for much greater access to our community and beyond, providing one-seat rides to many destinations throughout our vibrant communities, as well as seamless transfers to other routes in the bus's newly enhanced route network. Keiki from all of our neighborhoods are now able to access educational facilities such as Kaimuki High School and KCC with ease and timeliness thanks to Route 200. Access to and from UH Manoa by easy transfer to Route 13 is now available to the many students that reside in our neighborhoods because of this new route. The proposal to reroute the 200 will have quite a detrimental impact on our lives as transit riders. It will significantly increase the travel times by up to 20 to 30 minutes each way. And these increases in travel times will be most detrimental during the rush hour, where transit is most effective. These negative changes will only exacerbate the perceived socioeconomic discrepancies between our communities and tear us further apart instead of bringing us together. These changes will have a significant impact to the residents of Pālolo, the residents that use this route the most and rely on its service to get around our communities. DTS, I think, is already doing a great job with its limited resources, and providing redundant service up Wailai will just be a waste of these limited resources and would negatively impact those who actually use the bus and all of Honolulu's taxpayers. So this proposal to reroute the 200 would create redundant service through areas already serviced by the bus up Wailai. So this area is already serviced by routes 1, 1L, 2, 2L, 3, 7, and 14. These services provide these routes provide service through Wailai, Cocohead, and 18th Avenue sections. And then routes 1, 2, and 3 already provide extremely frequent service to that area. So it doesn't need any, there's no need for augmentation with redundant 200 addition to that area. If these changes are to be implemented, people traveling from UH Manoa and KCC would be faced with up to a 3 bus ride home instead of a 1 or 2 seat ride that's currently available to them, increasing travel times and lowering their quality of life, as well as decreasing their reasons to use transit. It'll also significantly increase the time it takes to get from KCC area to Market City and Lower Kaimuki as well. A timely transfer to Route 3 also would no longer be available or a possibility with these changes, limiting access of Pālolo residents to Kapahulu and other areas that frequent route services. I understand the desire to reinstate the Maka to Makai service along 18th Avenue that this proposes, but this could easily be accomplished by extending the existing Route 3 to its original terminus near Liliuokalani School on Cocohead and Wailai. The concerns for safety along 6th and Aloha Avenue corridors are shared by everyone, and were always present even before Route 200 was implemented. So using the bus as a scapegoat and punishing those who don't have a voice and are most vulnerable is not very pono. We need to work together as a community to find a better solution to improve Aloha Avenue. Pushing for complete streets along that vital corridor has been essential. Rerouting this route with the fastest growing ridership in the system is not the solution and will be detrimental to all of our communities. So I implore you to not support this misguided proposal that will negatively impact my life if implemented, as well as many others of our community. Supporting these changes will only punish the people of Pālolo and make our lives much more difficult. We are the ones that need this route to continue its current path. And supporting this proposal of a massive negative impact on our people and will not accurately represent the needs of our neighborhood. Route 200 has seen a massive improvement in ridership over the old Route 9S, and it's because of where this bus goes. I was able to speak with a lot of commuters on the bus on Route 200, and not a single person knew about these changes. I was the one that had to tell them about it and pass the paper around and let everybody know. Not a single person I've spoken to on the bus thinks it's a positive change. I'm here to be a voice for the people that are unable to make their voices heard. Like I said, I suggest that you take a ride on the 200, use it, talk story with Uncle Dino and the rest of us, and see how much of an asset it has become to our community. I hope you can see the community we've built on board and try to build this and try to see as many of the benefits of great public transportation. And this is amazing about in particular. Mahalo for your time.
Mahalo. Thank you again. Do we have any more community concerns, residents? If you can please approach the mic and state your name.
Hi, thank you for being here, everyone. My name is Michael Zucker. I live at the corner of Lai Road and 10th Avenue. And my concern is that people speed a lot on 10th Avenue between, say, Carlos Long and the Chinese home. And because I live there, that's the place at which I cross 10th Avenue most frequently. Because there are blind curves at either end of the street, it's really difficult to see people coming. And if they're speeding, it makes it dangerous, really. So what I would like to request or suggest is the possibility of some kind of speed mitigation, like the raised crosswalks that have been appearing in different places around, especially around, for example, around McKinley High School on on Pensacola Street. There are a lot of them, and I think they're really helpful in getting people to slow down. So that's my that's my request. I think changing the speed limit is not a great strategy because it doesn't really work. For example, if you look at the speed limit on Poly Highway through the residential area that was lowered to 30 miles an hour, I dare you to find somebody who's actually driving 30 miles an hour. So I think it's worse to have a law that's not enforced than to not have a law at all. Currently, the speed limit is probably 25 on 10th Avenue, but a lot of people just aren't observing it. So that's my request, some kind of mitigation to that. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Anyone else for resident community concerns? Anyone online? I have Andrew here online.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name's Andrew. I live up Carlos Long Street. And my concern is on the corner of Carlos Long and Pālolo Ave, where the Board of Water Supply is. I think someone illegally dumped a barbecue grill, and it's been there for the past 2 weeks. It's a pretty big one too. So yeah, it's on the corner of Carlos Long and Pālolo Ave, right in front of the Board of Water Supply. So if someone could check on that, that'd be great.
Mahalo, Andrew. Thank you for that. Do we have anyone else for resident and community concerns? Nope. Okay. We're going to move on to elected officials. Congressman Ed Case. Then City Council Member Scott Nishimoto.
Hi, I'm providing the report for Councilmember Nishimoto. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes, thank you.
Hi, I'm Kylie. I'm going to be providing the report for Councilmember Nishimoto today. We're in the middle of a busy budget week at the City Council, so each city department is presenting their budget to the council. So council member is currently preparing for tomorrow's briefings, but he sends his regards. Two just quick things I wanted to mention. Council member is excited to be co-sponsoring a cleanup at Azama Park coming up. I'm sure Rep. Sayama will mention this as well. We're co-hosting co-sponsoring the event with him. We'll be cleaning up the park on Saturday, March 22nd from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. So please feel free to join us that day. And if there are any questions, please direct it to either of our offices. We're happy to answer any questions. Also, again, just wanted to mention that our office sends out weekly e-blasts where we cover upcoming events and updates in the district. So if you're interested in signing up for those, I'll leave a link in the chat. I did hear the community concerns about the speed mitigation on Lutty Road and 10th Avenue. And Andrew, I heard your concern as well about the illegal dumping. So I can follow up with both of you via email, and we can get a riser in for those issues for sure. But if there are any other concerns or questions, feel free to let me know. I'm happy to pass it on to council member. Thank you.
Do we have any questions? Online, none? Nope. Oh. We're okay. Thank you. Then I have Mayor Rick Blangiardi's representative, Deputy Director Warren Mamizuka.
Aloha, Warren Mamizuka, Deputy Director for the Department of Facility Maintenance. So I just want to start off with the mayor's newsletter. Just a few things in the new, some highlights. The city's Vahipana Art Initiative makes a debut, celebrating Oahu's culture and historical sites. There's also another article for Kumuola Ho, a new transitional housing shelter for homeless individuals that open at the Iwilei Center. You can also read Mayor Blangiardi introduces Roy Miyahira, the city's new Director of Homeless Solutions. Another great article you might want to read is an important update for Oahu residents on FEMA's updated flood insurance rate maps. And Honolulu gets designated as a bicycle-friendly community. And I'm going to ask Camila if she can put the link in the chat for everyone. And now for the updates for last month's issues. So the first one is Pālolo Valley District Park funds. Where can the public find the history of funds and projects that were delegated for Pālolo District Park for the last 20 years? And the response from DPR is, as you know, they did a presentation last month, which included projects at Pālolo Valley District Park from 2017 to present. And you can also find, it on the minutes, last month's minutes. Camila, if you could put that link also in the chat. You can also find the projects for the past 20 years on the website from the Department of Budget and Fiscal Services. And that'll take you all the way back to 2004. Second issue is Pālolo Valley District Park maintenance. Is there someone that oversees the maintenance and construction of Pālolo District Park? If so, who would that be? Well, DPR's response, the maintenance of Pālolo Valley District Park falls under the section supervisor, and the construction projects are typically under the jurisdiction of the Department of Design and Construction. Moving on, item 3, Pālolo Valley District Park roofing. What is the process of overseeing a roofing project at the park? And second, do they look at the history of what was done at the park prior to making the plans? So the Department of Design and Construction responded with, DPR makes a decision on whether a building will be re-roofed and includes funding in the city's capital improvement program. DPR is responsible to maintain an inventory of prior projects at the park as well as scheduled maintenance for all park structures. Number 4. So number 4, there's like about 3 questions. So I'll read a question and I'll give the response. So it's a follow-up question from DPR's presentation at the Pālolo Neighborhood Board meeting in February. The following questions are based around the information that was shared at the meeting from Director Thielen and Deputy Director Hayden. 1, from the presentation given, Deputy Hayden mentioned sports teams, softball and flag football. What other options, opportunities, programs can be provided? Response to that question 1, the sports currently offered at Pālolo Valley District Park program offerings are provided by the Recreation Director. Part-time staff and volunteers also instruct if available. Activities include physical activities, sports, crafts, STEM, etc. We are currently trying to recruit staff and volunteers to help with our programs at Pālolo. Sports teams are offered in the fall, basketball and spring volleyball. Offered in spring 2025, 2 volleyball league teams ages 8 to 10 years old and 11 to 14 years respectively, and softball is a clinic style for ages 8 through 12. Flag football has been put on hold until we can secure staff or volunteers to conduct the program. All right, question 2. How can we utilize a pavilion for the community? And the response is Pālolo does not have a pavilion. There is a recreation building and gymnasium. Requests for use of the facilities are accepted and permits are issued if the activity is in compliance with the department's rules and regulations, as well as staffing availability. Question 3. There is a learning center in Pālolo Homes. Can the community get funding or support to facilitate after-school programs? Response is the Pālolo Home is run through the state of Hawaii and the Mutual Housing Association of Hawaii. Pālolo staff has been in touch with the Pālolo Homes contact and attended a meeting with residents last year and a community gathering on February 22nd, 2025, hosted at Pālolo Elementary School. Information about the parks programs has been communicated to the contact person and offered to the residents, including the parks program flyers. Pālolo offers programs after school, and staff is open to branching out to other venues if we have enough staffing. Recruitment is ongoing. And issue number 5. Carryover from November and December report. Monster Home on 10th Avenue. Member Kawamoto shared their residential property at 1936 10th Avenue. Recently undergone renovations. The board would like to request information from DPP to know if the property's renovations were permitted to extend their parking. For context, board member Kawamoto shared that the house and driveway ramp has been extended. This resulted in removing street parking for residents in the area. So the response from December is, after researching, DPP issuance branch has found no permits issued for renovation work. The last building permit issued to 1936 10th Avenue was for solar photovoltaic installation. DPP needs additional response time for our building division to investigate if any work was done without the necessary permits. And for a response from February and March, DPP's response was no change in status. There is still no permit for the work described. The only permit pool in recent years is for photovoltaic work. And then on February 10th, they responded, the Department of Planning and Permitting Building Inspection Section conducted an investigation and revealed the address given was incorrect. Inspection revealed an existing single dwelling structure at 1944 10th Avenue. The DPP BIS or Building Inspection Section was unable to gain entry to the dwelling structure. At the time of inspection, the work observed from the exterior revealed one window had been altered in size without first obtaining a building permit. Notice of violation number 2025/NOV-02-066 has been created. The SFD is not a monster home, single family dwelling. It's not a monster home. No other building code violations were observed at this time. The DPP BIS will continue to monitor and investigate further until compliance is achieved. And that's all for the report. I'm glad to take any questions.
I have a question on the federal to municipal hiring program. Could you keep us apprised at some point on how that's coming along? What with the changes in the federal level? So certainly some people might find employment with the city.
Yeah, we can do that. I believe the state and the city, they're partnering to hold a job fair for federal employees that could possibly lose their job. So we're hoping that we can actually, hire quite a bit of, federal workers, federal employees who may possibly lose their job. So, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I had a question in regards to the programs for I think it was number 4 maybe, State of Hawaii and the Mutual Homes. Possibly the after-school programs.
Yes.
Who would be like the contact person for that? Like if we wanted to ask a little bit more questions in regards to the after-school programs?
Be honest, I'm not 100% sure. I think in the response from DPR, I think they're kind of mentioning that you know that will be kind of something with Pālolo Homes that's run through the state of Hawaii. So
I was just trying to see and understand how it would work because Mutual Homes has the location, but then it's more so the funding, their staffing, and so that's what I was wondering of how our community can get like a program ran
okay.
from inside. If we found the,
That kind of looks like in the in the response that someone from DPR
okay,
did attend that meeting with Mutual Homes and Pālolo Homes. So maybe they, next month we could get the person's contact, the name of the person for Parks and Rec.
and then just out of curiosity for the design and construction. So there isn't, maybe I didn't catch it or understand, is there a way that the public could see the history of what was done in the past of the gymnasium?
Yeah.
Or would I be able to contact the,
I think,
Design.
I'll have to get back with you next month, but I think I have to get like the web link to the Department of Budget and Fiscal Services. They have a list of all the projects that we do, because it goes through the procurement process, and that's managed by Budget and Fiscal Services.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyone have any questions? Online? Nope. Okay, we're good. Thank you so much. Then I have Governor Josh Green's representative, Pele Medson.
Good evening, Chair, Board. That's not a problem, no worries. Everybody mispronounces that name all the time. It's not a problem. Anyway, good evening. Kelly Amundsen, Communications Director with the Hawaii Emergency Management Agency, representing Governor Green's office this evening. Just want to highlight some things coming out of his office. The Department of Law Enforcement has issued scam warnings. People are evidently claiming to be deputy sheriffs and telling people they have outstanding warrants. If anyone experiences this, they can report the incident to DLE's Criminal Investigation Division by calling 808-587-5050. And just some tips to be safe. Do not communicate with unsolicited email or phone text senders. Do not open email or attachments sent by unknown individuals, and then never provide personal information over the phone. Next, on February 18th, Governor Green signed an executive order to implement Operation Hire Hawaii, similar to what Warren Mamizuka just reported. With the recent layoffs of federal workers, the governor is committed to welcoming those impacted into our workforces by fast-tracking qualified candidates into job opportunities throughout the state. On February 24th, state leaders announced the digitization of plants and animals declaration form. It is a pilot program called Akamai Arrival. It will streamline the process for travelers arriving into our islands. On March 4th, the AG's office announced that the state of Hawaii joined 49 other attorneys general in a settlement against Walgreens Boots Alliance and Walgreen Company, which operates one of the largest retail pharmacy chains in the country. They will be paying out $97.8 million to resolve allegations that it unlawfully billed government healthcare programs for prescriptions that were never collected, or received by patients. And then finally, National Consumer Protection Week runs from March 3 to March 9. It is an annual event dedicated to raising awareness about consumer rights and educating the public on avoiding frauds and scams. This event will take place at the state capitol again, March 3rd through the 9th. You can read more interesting stories or news out of the governor's office, his newsletter, of course, Kealoha, and you can gather all that information on governor.hawaii.gov. Pending any questions, that's the end of the governor's report.
We don't have any questions here. No one online. I think we're good. Mahalo. Up next, we have Representative Jackson Sayama. Aloha.
Aloha, Chair, members of the board, those of the public, good evening. Just a quick update here at the legislature. We just finished crossing over. We're starting to hear Senate bills on the House and vice versa on the Senate. The House just passed its budget bill, and coincidentally, on the same day, the Council on Revenues came out with a new projection. Unfortunately, it doesn't look too good for the state's economy as we continue to see slowdowns and potential threats of a recession. So, I think this session we are being financially conservative to ensure that we still have sufficient fundings to maintain operations in critical programming and services. Aside from that, Labor Committee will continue to hear issues dealing with workforces, unions, procurement. Some things that came up during this meeting tonight that I wanted to address. Chair Oswego, the Pālolo Homes Rec Center that you were asking about earlier, that's something that we could coordinate with Dahlia with if we want to start new programming or restart programming that was happening pre-pandemic. It was just a matter of there's a lot of things going on, right? First it was the explosion, then it was the pandemic, then we never kind of restarted from there. So there are a lot of community partners that have been approaching us about restarting programming. So I'm sure that there's opportunities there that we could work around. We did have the Pālolo for Peace event. I believe it was 2 weeks ago. That was a great event. Chair, you were there with me, as well as many of the community leaders, and a great turnout. Again, trying to bring the community together to ensure that we are connected and engaged with each other, especially the youth in our community. So we hope to see continued events like that. And like the office for Councilmember Nishimoto's office had mentioned, we are organizing a community cleanup day, March 22nd, 9:30 to 11:30 at Azama Park. It's a small parcel of land on Waimau Road, on the right side if you're going into the valley. We will be providing bentos, so if you could please email my office or call my office to let us know that you're coming. We just want to make sure we have bento for everyone who wants to help out. If you can, bring your own gloves, water bottle. If you have like a rake or clippers, that'd be helpful. But we will be providing equipment as well. Again, just a small cleanup to make sure that these communal spaces that we all use are taken care of by the community that uses them. Aside from that, I'm available for questions.
Representative, over 30% of our population is on Quest or Medicaid, which is just about a 50-50 partnership approximately with federal funds. Can the state budget absorb the great loss of these funds since so many of our population, including children and adolescents, are receiving these funds if they're greatly reduced or eliminated federally?
I don't have the specific numbers on me, but the general sentiment and understanding is that no, the state cannot possibly fill that gap. If we, worst case scenario, lose that type of funding in Medicaid, Medicare, the state cannot finance that on its own. Again, we are trying to shore up funding to address and adapt to the evolving situation in the federal government, but it is anxiety inducing, to say the least.
Thank you.
I have no questions on my side and no one online. Thank you so much, Representative.
Yes, thank you.
And then Senator Leslie Hara had to unfortunately step out and return back to the Capitol. He sends his regards. And then I just wanted to go back to community presentation and call up Rod, if he could speak a little bit about the piece for Pālolo.
Right. Thank you, Chair, board members, and everyone. Thank you. Pālolo for Peace was an awesome event. It was, I think, on February 22nd. We brought the community together, and more people showed up than we thought. And it was awesome to see the community come together and take a stand for peace and against any violence in our community. So it was good to see just all the different walks of life come together and just enjoy the time to get together, know one another, and pray. And I just want to take this time to really thank the board, thank Dahlia from Pālolo Homes. Also want to thank Honolulu Police Department and Honolulu Fire Department. They came out and, they was like, we're going to come out if we can, and they came out. So awesome. I want to thank Representative Sayama, Council Member Nishimoto, and Senator Leslie Hara for their donations and their time for helping making this event a great event. Also, all the churches and all the schools, Pālolo Elementary, Jarrett Middle School, Kaimuki High School came out, and it was awesome. It was so good, and I'm just so thankful that the event came out the way it did. So I just wanted to come tonight and say thank you. Thank you to our government officials and everybody who spent time to make the event possible. So mahalo nui. Thank you very much.
And thank you for the good music too.
Oh, yeah, right on. Thank you very much, you guys.
All right, so next meetings we have is scheduled for Wednesday, April 9th at 7 p.m. City and Council. So I have another meeting, City and County of Honolulu and Hawaii Food Bank are partnering to fight against hunger. A neighborhood assistant, Camelia Gomez will be collecting donated canned goods at the next neighborhood board meeting on Wednesday, April 9th. So if everyone could please help out when you guys come next month, that would be amazing. A little broadcast for Pālolo Neighborhood Board. Number 6, meetings are scheduled each month on Olelo Channel 49. And I believe that is it. Do we have anything else for tonight? Nope. Good.
Thank you
Mahalo.
all for coming.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Meeting adjourned.